If you sew, you can be spotted for any of the things in this list for sure. When we sew, there are things that happen around us that we can't really avoid. We don't do it on purpose, it's our personality. These are the ones that happen to me on a daily basis, so let me know which ones happen to you all the time. And if you're new around here, my name's Irene. I like sewing, talking about sewing, and making videos about the fun of sewing. So consider subscribing, and that way you don't miss anything. When you go to a shop, you always look at the inside of a garment. You look at the seams, you look at how they make it, and you sort of try to figure out the order of the seams, because that way you know which panel went first and which one went second or third. It's a good way of learning because there's not only one way to do things. You can make a trouser this way or the other way, or you can only make a pouch bag this way. There are different ways of hemming, of finishing the inside, so it's really interesting and you can learn a lot from it, just from looking. More than once, especially after sewing something, you've confused your white hairs with threads. They are not threads, they are threads, but not threads. And they are there to stay. There's nothing to do about it. But yes, that's happened a lot. You criticize garments mentally when you see them on people. This is something normal because you are used to working with things, you are used to doing things. So when you see something on someone, you know that if it's twisting somewhere, it's because it's not perfectly cut or is not on the grain. If you see that a pair of trousers doesn't flow properly, it's because the fabric is not too good, it's not flowy enough or heavy enough. So it's something normal. It's not that you're being a bad person or anything like that. It's just that you know what you've been doing for the past few weeks, and maybe you can translate that onto something. This next one is so true and obvious. You wear threads as accessories. There's nothing to do about them. They just stick to you, and it's just you wear them all the time. You carry them with you, and not only you, maybe you can find them even around your house, and you can take them off your kids' clothes as well, or your husband's, because they're everywhere. At the beginning, I started collecting them just because I thought it was nice to put them in a jar, but I gave up because it was so many of them, I don't have enough jars. And I'm sure you have an extra cotton and a needle somewhere else in your house that is not the sewing room or your sewing box. Why, you may ask? Well, the logic of it is that if you have something last minute to fix, you're just going out and you realize something is broken, you're not going to go through your sewing box looking for some thread and a needle, or you're not going to go downstairs in the sewing room, in my case, to get a needle and go and fix something. You have something for emergencies. So this is your emergency. In my case, it's a white thread, a black thread in my jewelry box, and a needle. And this is a good one. You take more measurements with your measuring tape than with the DIY one. And even if it's for some DIY, you have this one more by hand than the other one, because I have extra because I have extra ones around the house as well. Don't judge me. It's like an arm extension. You do this and the measuring tape comes out. It's a superpower. You see a garment and you sort of sew it mentally. You try to think how they did it and the layers it has, how they did that waistband or that pocket. It's something we do, and I especially remember when I was trying to figure out how to make my wedding dress. I was looking at pictures to inspire myself, and I tried and I did think about layers. So I took the chiffon out and then I could see mentally the lace and then the satin underneath. So you sort of think of the construction, what they did first and the layers they added, and it's really good for you. It keeps you active and solving problems that you have while sewing or before you start, when you're designing or when you're thinking of doing something. Don't you do it? When someone says this is broken and you say I can fix it. Mending is another thing that is. Mending is also a superpower. I love mending. You learn a lot from mending, and you can almost mend anything. It's not everything is broken, not everything is trash, and you can see treasure in it. Or maybe if something has a big stain and you can upcycle it in something else. Maybe that tablecloth can be little serving mats or little napkins if you avoid that big stain in the middle. So it's really interesting, it's really rewarding, and I love it. And you know, when someone says, when weird words like interfacing or bias are part of their vocabulary, of course, everyone that has a hobby is going to know the vocabulary and you can see what they like. And for us, it's no different. I don't trust sizing, and it really gets on my nerves because it's not normal that it doesn't matter how many shops you visit, you are a different size or it's a different fit into every of them. It makes no sense and it's just frustrating. So buying clothes becomes like a complete odyssey. So when you sew, you are used that your size is your size and it's like your body and that's your size. So when you sew, your size is like your body, that's your size. So I guess it's frustrating to go shopping. I can't imagine. And it is true that we do have more fabric than projects to make with them. We sort of collect fabrics when we go to a fabric shop. Just window shopping is not really true. We always end up buying something. I haven't got a project for this one, for example. It's not that much of a fabric, but some blouse might look nice with this. So I don't know, we'll see. But yes, I do buy fabric. And one thing that might sound a bit cocky is when we say, I can do that for half the price. And it is true. We do. You can buy the fabric and just do things for yourself, make stuff for half the price or even less than in the original shop. The only thing is that we're not counting the hours we invest on it because it's a hobby. And that's the same that one person who likes reading reads a lot and is not wasting time on reading. We're not wasting time on sewing. We're just sewing because we like doing it. So that's why we can say that. This is also part of the sewing process. It's something that happens to me all the time. The thing that I'm wearing threads or that I'm measuring with this instead of the proper measuring tape for DIY. So it's stuff I thought about, and let me know please if you have some different ones that you would like to share, because it's really interesting. It helps the community, and that way we stay connected. So I'll see you around. Bye.